Hello, everybody. I know you can't see anybody, but we are here. The review, the best geek talk show on this beautiful interwebs on YouTube. You love us. You know you do.
Oosh, oosh, oosh. That was good.
And here's your host,
Dan Arena.
Dan the Law here. We got over
Dreaming Tabitha. We got Ado.
and then we got Ado.
We got music.
And we're going to announce a new host member.
Shout out to all the people all over the world.
Tony.
Our new host member.
I don't know what's happening right now.
What's up, guys? Hey.
I'm scared.
What's up, Tony? Found it. Boom, boom, boom.
Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump.
All right. Fist
Fight
bump.
the power.
Look at
That's backwards. There we go. All right.
There you go. All right. We also have wonderful guests on with our panel tonight. We have Dennis from Black
for Dennis.
Outpost.
Sorry,
up,
Dennis.
everybody.
Dennis.
What's up, Dennis?
No music for
How you
Dennis.
doing? And we, yeah, I just turned it off. Sorry.
Mhm.
And then we have Josh, the Maker.
The maker.
From,
No,
just
no
absolute chaos right now.
Dan didn't run this by me, so I was like, "What?" I thought he clicked on something accidentally. I don't mind it. I'm just like, "What's happening? What are we?"
Forget it! I'm not showing it! This episode was badly written!
Yeah, that'll do it.
No.
That's it. You missed out on the last review Tuesday last month. So that's what I decided to do, and
Oh,
you weren't there, so
so you
I
just
made
have
an
just not to
executive
tell me
decision.
at all.
I forgot.
You're not
I'm sorry.
important enough.
Apparently.
Hold on, honey. Men at work.
That's
I've been
how
saving
the
that one
cookie
for a while.
crumbles. You have been. It's been on there for a while.
How is everybody doing this fine Tuesday night on inside the booth? Everybody doing okay? Doing all right?
Absolutely.
Doing what?
Hanging in there,
Great.
yes.
Cool. Josh was kind of blending into the background there. I noticed that the background colors match his background, so it's just nice. It works.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
hang
it's
on.
cool. It worked.
Unplanned.
Not planned. Let's say hello to some of our people right now.
People?
We got Manic Movies Lover. Sweet.
Hello, man.
What's up, Manic Movie? We got CG
Hey,
Artist.
Ron.
What's up,
Hi.
Ron?
Ron.
Hi.
And then we got Ado.
Mrs. Ado.
Wonderful wife.
Mrs. Morin.
Mrs. Ado. Mrs. Ado. We got Phil TMNT. What's up, Phil?
What's going on, Phil?
He's been still talking to your dog over there, Tabitha.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fun. All right, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Mandalorian, if you've seen it. If you haven't, I guess we can skip you.
Yeah. I'm going to be drawing a lot tonight. Yeah.
Tabitha's going to draw a little bit. And
Soak it like a
fill in the
sponge.
blanks and fill in the blanks when I stop talking, I guess. She'll be like,
That's
"Oh,
right.
Dad."
That's what I do here. The gap. Just call me the gap filler. I'm your new
Gap
dentist.
filler.
That was great.
All right, so so Mandalorian and a little bit of Bad Batch, if anyone's seen it, the second season. not the
Worst
first
cooking
season.
show I've ever watched.
I'll believe it.
It's a great cooking show. Don't you love it? Props and Villainy
Hey, what's up,
is
Kelly?
in
Hey,
the
Kelly.
chat.
Thanks for squeezing
Kelly.
us in. Your busy
Um,
schedule.
Yeah, he's
Too bad you can't do
he's
that.
about to head out.
Oh,
Football
never mind.
practice. Nice.
Now, is that American football or is that European football?
Rugby.
I believe it's American football that he
I would
coaches.
assume that it's
Yes.
Darn.
I like how Tabitha said rugby.
Rugby.
Wouldn't that be Australian then?
I was trying to give it my best Scottish accent.
That was good though.
Thank
was
you.
good.
I try. I watch a lot of movies. Yeah, I pay attention.
You have to as part of
Yeah,
your
you
job
should.
description
Right.
inside the booth, isn't it?
I went to college. Yeah.
Kids flag football, he says.
All right. Well, there's another awkward moment of silence that Tabitha was meant to fill in, but she's just too busy trying to draw. So she's going to put this over to the side and focus. Mandalorian, Bad Batch, Cool, Ness,
Good grief.
Flag Football.
I love flag football. That's
I
great.
hate flag football. What a pansy sport.
Really?
Oh,
It's really hard to grab the flags.
It's really
Wow.
hard to take down people.
It really is. Yes.
You don't
Because
see
you're not
flag.
supposed
You don't see flag rugby. I'm just saying.
no.
Or flag wrestling.
The world would die if one day we saw, flag wrestling or flag rugby. I'm just saying. Like, where are all the men?
Oh, what about the
Wait,
two-hand touch?
wait,
What about
wait.
two-hand touch?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Rugby has to have a
two-hand
player.
shove.
No,
Two-hand shove.
he's like, where are all the men? Right. Listen, rugby has a position called the prostitute. Really?
There are male prostitutes. I don't understand the question. I mean,
Really? Okay.
Wow, we're really
This is
getting off the
kid
rails
flag.
just from the
Back at
get-go.
Mandalorian.
right? No hate towards kids. They should do flag football for sure.
That's right.
Yes, but if you want to be
Manic.
big burly man, you go ahead
See,
and
this
play.
is what happens
full
when you let
contact.
Tabs fill in the gaps.
Flag.
Dan.
No, flag football.
Help
That's
me
okay.
out.
It's okay.
It's obviously
Um,
been a while since I've been with the
fried
guys on
possum?
Tuesday night.
Flag football is good for us guys that are aging quickly.
Yeah. That's like that's wheelchair and flag football.
Scooter.
Bring a bus out the walker.
Well, like, see what I mean? I'm already hitting things. All right. Back to Mandalorian, folks. Back to
Right, yes,
Mandalorian.
of course. Yeah. Stay on topic.
Yeah.
Gil-
All right, here.
GilkMan, it's okay. There's some people on this panel that love this show as well. So it's okay.
I absolutely love
to
it.
like the show.
You're not the
Yeah.
odd man out.
Wait, which one? Bad Batch or the Mandalorian?
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Yeah, I think he said both.
Oh,
He said both.
Oh, okay. I hadn't seen
Yeah.
Bad Batch yet, to be
Um,
honest. It's on my list of things to watch, but I need to finish Rebels first.
Yeah, Mandalorian season 3 is beast. I love it.
it is.
Yes. Loving
Rebels
it.
is
I
the
heard the
greatest
ratings were
Disney
terrible.
Star Wars made to this day.
No.
Say that again,
like
Dennis.
Rebels
Oh,
is the best Disney made
Rebels.
Star Wars to this day.
Oh.
Animation wise, yes.
Period. Why?
Oh, okay.
Period.
I don't know, man.
.net.
Story wise, it's right
Agreed.
up there, too.
Dennis,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree. I wish you could. I need to give you a spot. There you go.
Oh, well, that's the way down.
What'd you say? I'll put you back. Sorry.
That was awesome.
Shh.
Hey, Callie from Propsonville, he says he pulled his back. He pulled his back today, putting on his socks. That's how old he's.
Wow.
That's rough,
Ooh,
man.
Yeah, that
That's
is
what
rough.
happens when you start playing flag football instead of regular. I'm just kidding. Coming from one of the least flexible people.
No, that is the reason why you play flag football.
Probably, yeah, it's possible.
All right, so we'll start with Mandalorian since that's the hotter topic of
Okay.
the internet as it is, and I guess we'll just talk about it a little bit. What we'll talk about what we like first, obviously, so that everybody and we'll start with Ado since Tabitha didn't watch it yet. So Ado, what do you like about the Mandalorian?
Season 3, it's beautifully done. I mean, everything from the TIE fighters fight sequence to the cinematography, everything. I know some people don't like the plot. I think the plot's perfect. I like everything about it. Okay, there's one thing that I'll mention, but that'll be later on when we talk about what we don't like. But other than that, it's
Right.
really well done. You know, he's got to go back to Mandalore, and you see he has to go to the water. He's got all the things he goes through. That new creature that comes out of the ground and grabs him with that one eye looking monster looking thing, and it has a multi-layered creature, right? He comes out of this big unit, he becomes a smaller thing, and then he's able to get Mando, hook him in he's gonna barbecue him, and take all his blood and from him, and then from there he gets hit, and this creature the head disconnects and it moves on to the next thing. I think that was genius. I loved all of it. It was just, it's well done.
It seemed like it was very cyber-like.
Yeah.
Well, that creature, the way he was siphoning off the blood from him, reminded me of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved that. That was really cool.
They gave it a lot of Grievous attitude to it, like with the robotics and then a real natural eye. And
it reminded me of Grievous for sure. And the way it talked, though, it reminded me of those bug creatures from
what Geonosins?
What was that planet? Yes, the Geonosins. Yes.
Yeah.
The way it talked, it sounded like it.
Mm-hmm.
But
although I am curious to know what kind of species it actually was, though. But
it was just an eyeball, mostly
Just an eyeball.
cyborg. Only a little bit of human is left. Yep.
Look, those giant pigs with the dreadlocks were awesome too, with the green eyes. I love them. I thought they were great.
they were pretty cool. Yeah.
This must
So a
be
lot of
what it
people-
sounds like when I go to Thanksgiving and talk about Star Wars with my family. And they just
You're like
Out of the loop.
lost. Oh, nice.
I'm like
Yeah.
reliving my teenage years when people talked about
So-
stuff, and it's just like
like Warthog
So
dog.
those monsters, I got some Where the Wild Things Are vibes from them. I don't know if
Yeah,
anyone
those
else
were
got
like a
those
very
vibes.
throwback from Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but they originally lived in the outskirts of Mandalore. So
Right.
Yeah, I think
obviously
so.
after
Right,
the
that's what
attack,
they say.
they came in and took over. But it was neat. It was neat.
My biggest mind blowing thing was the giant creature in the waters. I'm not trying to give away spoilers and stuff like that. I don't know how if we're doing that kind of thing, but I was psyched seeing that.
I mean, we got to go
the
spoiler
myth?
now. It's
Yeah,
been long
yeah.
enough.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, the
so it was-
mythosaur.
Yeah.
the Mythosaur. That was awesome. I mean, I was just blown away by seeing that. I guess we're moving a little bit. Is that my favorite thing about this season is just so much of the. It sound cheesy. The Mandalore, if you will. So the lore of the Mandalorians being fleshed out in live action.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying that because I have a very I guess you will soft spot for the Mandalorian culture, if you will, as far as I love the characters from that because I've always loved.
yeah.
I've always loved Boba Fett, and then I've read the books and stuff like that, and so I got a little bit more into the whole Mandalorian, and then it reminds me of the Spartan warrior culture kind of thing. I love the whole thing that's coming on that, and with was it Paz Vizsla, how he got his little redeeming feature in how that he got his kid back, and it was very warrior and family oriented, which is the definition of warrior really is taking care of your family and your tribe, if you will. And I really like that how they fleshed that out.
Right. Well, remember with Bo-Katan, she thought she made fun of the whole history. She really because she was the princess and she hears all these lore, these stories about the old days. And then when she sees the mythosaur and she realizes, her truth that all this is true, and I thought, oh yeah, I wonder where they're taking this one with that. It's going to be just beautiful to see because that's the first time we've ever seen
I'm
a
just
live one.
loving the whole thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, and and you can go ahead and this is probably going to be controversial. I think that it's far, far better than what Andor tried to do. I'm sorry, Dennis. I know you have a very, very soft spot for Andor and everything, but to me, I think the pacing is better than what Andor did, because Andor was very, very, very slow. Whereas to me, this keeps on par with like traditional Star Wars pacing, that it is building up to something great, I think.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Andor's a different creature. You can't compare it to anything we've seen, cartoon, animation, or live action. But I agree with you. I mean, I feel like the first episode where they're trying to resurrect IG-11 and all that kind of was a miss because it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
but
and
then
I felt
it slowly started to pick up, and the pace was there. And
I felt the same, that the episode with Dr. Pershing was something that was kind of like, it was interesting, but I don't think it was interesting enough to keep in the Mandalorian season, if you will. I would rather have seen that like in a comic book format,
right,
if you will.
I heard that was filmed for a different show, and they scrapped that show, so they just threw it in.
Correct.
To the Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah.
So that scene initially is from the Rangers of the New Republic script that obviously they're not doing because no more Cara Dune.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of that added in because they have a full show written, and whether they ever put it together and get it out with somebody else, I get the feeling that they're going to throw these one or two more little scenarios like that to launch that show with other characters rather than the Cara Dune, which was the initial plan.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to sprinkle it in just to keep it, above water and figure out who's going to be the lead on that.
Now, Disney's been canceling so many different things, though.
So that show was out, but that show was written and ready to go, but they fired.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
they fired their star.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but it just
where do you go?
A lot of what Disney is trying to produce with Star Wars is just falling apart left and right. Whether it be the books,
So my biggest issue with all that is Kathy Kennedy. It's time to go.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Thanks for your service. Have a nice day.
Oh, you're nicer than most people.
Thanks for ruining a beloved franchise.
It's not even that. It's not even that she's ruining a franchise.
Been the producer, that was it.
Right. It's obvious that, one or two directors may be a problem, but 5 and 6, I think the person directing the directors may be the problem after 5 and 6.
Right.
You might get 2 or 3 bad directors, no doubt. But to have 4, 5, 6, and now we're up to 7 bad directors?
Right.
Directors that don't work
now,
out.
When I'm sure you're on top of it, Dennis. When is Bryce Dallas Howard's directed Mandalorian episode supposed to be coming out? Because she does really awesome work when it comes to that.
Yeah, I think she's got the last 2.
Oh, does she have it? Okay, all right.
I believe the season finale is a 2-part, and she's got that.
Okay, cool. Because that'd be a good setup then, and she handles that beautifully too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. She's good. I want to say she's got her dad's touch, but it's not. I don't want to take away from her capability.
Well, we had Solo too.
I think the big thing with Dallas is that she grew up in the business, right? She gets who to listen to and who to take advice from and what direction to take these things.
I think she's all. It seems like she wants to do not necessarily just fan service, but she wants to go ahead and make sure that the fans are actually going to watch it,
right?
As opposed to just turning them off.
But she might, like he was saying, better know how to deal with all the different people that it takes to create. So you've got your fans, you've got, even the gaffers and all this kind of stuff. So just like you said, that she's grown up in this atmosphere. So I'm sure that plays a big role in treating everybody, as important.
Actually, Bryce Dallas Howard did episode 6. Rick,
did she only 6?
Directed chapter 7 and 8.
Oh, okay.
Episode 7 and 8.
So she's doing 6.
She's doing 6. Well, we're up to 5 coming out tomorrow, right?
By Peter Ramsey.
Is it a good idea? Is this normal? I don't actually know a lot of the backstory of different TV shows. Is it normal to have numerous directors for one TV series?
Usually not.
It's been normal for the Mandalorian from the beginning, but I
Right.
don't know if there's other.
I mean, I've seen like occasionally on different series that they might have one or two a season, but most of the time it's always one director.
Because I mean, like I remember seeing some, like when I would watch Stargate SG-1, you know, sometime and other TV shows where sometimes the actors themselves decided to step in and direct an episode, but it seems like it was typically the same person. So I wasn't sure if this is like a newer thing or maybe I'm just not familiar with it.
It's a Star Wars thing, I think.
I was gonna say I think it's newer just for the Star Wars, because they did that even with Book of Boba Fett. And I think they did it with Andor as well.
Do you think that's a good idea to have so many different figureheads that have different opinions, different styles? Do you think that's hurting the franchise at all, having different...
Didn't work out with Rian Johnson, did it?
Well,
I think that it works well as long as they have a good leader, because Mandalorian is succeeding leaps and bounds over almost everything else, it seems like, and they have multiple directors.
Well,
I mean, I've heard...
If you look at who wrote the story, it's Jon Favreau throughout the
right.
And
so I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's in control. He and Dave Filoni are both in control of the whole thing.
That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. They have the main leadership.
Yeah.
So if you have the main leadership, I guess it would be cohesive enough.
Yeah, because they're there on set while other people are directing it, so they can always,
Pipe in.
Course change.
They feel like they need to. Yeah.
Tony.
Tony, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, Josh, he just came in and stepped all over him. That's okay.
He has really big feet.
I have ESP, so
I mean, I am now a co-host, but whatever.
That means you should have a cancel button. Just turn that square off.
Where is it? I need some more buttons, Dan.
He needs some more privilege, Dan.
He wants the access.
He wants more privileges.
I have to. You want access?
I don't know how I feel about this arrangement, Dan. Sounds to me like Tony's getting too big for his britches. Like, I'm gonna have to calm him down.
Yeah,
Have you seen his britches?
I've been on for 20 minutes. Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
20 minutes and he's ready.
No, I love it. I'm interested in a couple things with the storyline. One, Grogu, right? I mean, he's starting to try to talk. So what's his voice going to sound like? How is he going to talk? He's probably not going to speak in riddles like Yoda did, because Yaddle,
I don't think so. Yeah,
that other series spoke normally,
right?
So, but what he's actually going to sound like, I don't know. It's going to take away some of the cuteness, I think, possibly. He's
going to have that deep, gruff voice.
That's probably why he's not talking now. Yeah, that's why he's not talking now.
All right, here's my point of contention with that: the fact that he can't talk, but yet he can flip like nobody's business. That was the only thing that to me I thought it was like a little off. I'm like, he can't speak, but yet he can do flips all over the
Maybe he can speak, he's just not.
He's like 56 years old now, so he should probably be playing flag football.
I'm sure Kelly's not here.
Nice.
That was a good one.
So the theory behind their speaking is they learn however their master speaks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Yoda's master spoke like Yoda does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yaddle's master spoke like she does. Mm-hmm. So you got to think he'll be talking.
I mean, I speak like my mom does.
He'll be talking like this. This is the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he doesn't have to wear a helmet to do that either.
The helmet's gonna have to have ears, right? Yeah. I mean, how else do you do it?
Pin him back.
I mean, really, do you really think they're gonna go ahead and cover up Grogu's face though?
I mean, they made him a foundling. That's
as long as he has his ears sticking out, he will still look cute because it's part of his iconic.
They officially made him a foundling, and that's step one. And you know how much merchandise that's going to sell? I got an empty spot right there for it.
I got a spot there for it.
Right below Dad's helmet.
Right? I've got a little corner in my office too.
I'm waiting. I'm ready.
I'm waiting for the Black Series.
the other main story arc for me is Bo-Katan, and
Yeah.
watching her, start out moping, go, wave that Darksaber around the folly wherever you want to go, to, saving Din Djarin. But then I think she definitely respects Din Djarin for his commitment. She doesn't necessarily believe in the entire creed.
Yeah, but she's getting it now. She's understanding it now.
She's understanding, but more than that, I think when like when he was walking into the water, the look on her face was almost like she really
respectful. It's very respectful.
Really in awe of his commitment, even though she didn't necessarily agree with it at the time, right? I'm not saying she does fully. I don't think she does, but still to see that, and then of course to see the mythosaur as she's dragging him back up, saving his life for the second time. So
I think that's to me, that's where I think it
flip,
clicked
right?
for her.
That's the
I
flip.
was say I think it was like revolutionary for her, if you will.
I think she was she was very lost soul, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Prior,
because she didn't have her clan.
Right. The prior season where we saw her, she was still in a little bit of control. They had a plan. They knew what they were going to try to do. And then everybody walks. And now it's, she's lost, right?
Well, even on this,
she has nothing.
Episode where she went and led the charge to save his son, the guy's son, them giving her the honor of sitting by the fire and taking off her helmet,
Right.
I'm sure Katie Sackhoff was like, I need a
little
little time
free when you're done eating.
No, Katie was just like, there is going to be a scene without my helmet, and I will have a nice fire glowing so that I look awesome. No. But
So rumor is that we're getting a Din Djarin no helmet scene shortly, either this episode or next. Yeah.
Why is that special?
Because he just took the bath where he's not supposed to take his helmet off anymore.
Oh, okay. But we've already seen him without it. So, I mean, like.
Well, that's the whole purpose now, though. See, we've seen him without it. And in order for him to stay in his clan, he had to find the waters, bathe, and get back into religion.
Unless he's by himself.
Helmet off again.
Right.
I was going to say, unless he's by himself to eat or something like that.
Actually, I've heard, I don't know for sure, but we'll find out tomorrow, right? That this next episode is really focused on Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. Right. So there's some clashing possibly going on with that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope they don't go down the romantic route. I could care less about that.
I don't think that's happening.
Of course they are.
I hope it's
more Grogu's going to be their little baby.
Well, they already are kind of. They already are kind of, like that. She stepped into the mom role. Don't worry, my dad, was that way too.
Right.
She did mention her dad twice now, and I wonder if Christopher Lloyd is actually going to be
her dad.
Her dad. Yeah.
Could be.
But
my theory is that this is all going to a civil war.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Going to a Mandalorian civil war.
There is going to be some kind of war that breaks out,
and it's the rules are going to change as far as this helmet thing goes. For all parties.
Yeah. There's also
here's my
speculation that there's also speculation though that the armorer may end up being not the villain, but the protagonist.
Right.
And like she is so dogmatic and so strict on all of that. And,
which would be kind of cool. I think that would be kind of cool.
All I'm going to say is keep in mind that she's the only one with spikes on her helmet.
Yeah. Right.
And if you've seen the Clone Wars, you'll know where that comes from.
Exactly.
Learned English?
Huh?
She's a Tusken Raider who learned English?
No.
Oh.
No.
There was a rule. There was a ruler of Mandalore who used to be a Sith prior to being the ruler of Mandalore most recent.
Right. Who also was leader of, what was it, Black Sun?
The plot
correct.
thickens.
Yeah, and she even said, you know, she's not necessarily a friend of Jedi.
Right.
She is teaching Grogu, so I don't. That's
Well, and she tried to attack the giant alligator with her tongs and hammer.
Right.
Sounds like a WWE wrestling match, man.
Now, if that wasn't the Leroy Jenkins moment, I don't know what is.
At this point, we have to realize that Grogu is no longer a Jedi. Grogu is now a foundling.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He's on his way to become a Mandalorian.
Sworn
he's also
in.
using the Force, Dennis, with those flips and everything. So I mean,
yeah, but
he's not going to stop doing that.
But so did
but there was a Mandalorian.
Right? Paz Vizsla was a Jedi Mandalorian.
Right.
Right. I was going to say there was a Jedi Mandalorian. Yeah,
it exists, but he's now a foundling. He chose not to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
So who liked?
Or are we sure? Or are we sure that he chose not to stay, or did Luke Skywalker finally kick him out for being a troublemaker?
That we don't know because they didn't show that in Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, that show.
He chose the armor. Remember?
He was actually wearing the armor. If you played close attention, he was wearing the armor.
He was. He was
chest plate on him.
He was wearing. He was wearing mithril.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
They put a dish on him. They didn't put an armor on him. That thing looked.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, they put dirt.
All right, Dan, what's your question, man?
All right.
What's your question?
Who enjoyed Jar Jar the Jedi?
Dude,
They brought Jar Jar back.
Well, not Jar Jar. They brought the actor.
The guy
Ahmed Best.
Ahmed Best.
Yeah, Ahmed Best. They brought him.
Man, I was jumping up and down for joy for him. Like that is such an awesome way to redeem.
I don't know if you guys noticed
actor.
or not, but he's been playing that character for the last 4 years now.
Right. Yeah, it was Jedi
Where?
Quest, I think it is.
On YouTube Star Wars Kids channel, they have a Jedi Temple game, and he hosts it as that character.
Yeah, like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but Star Wars.
But Star Wars.
I
And he
had no
hosts it.
idea. I'll have to.
Same outfit,
says
same
on
name,
YouTube?
same character. Yeah, it's
Well, he doesn't
Star
have
Wars.
he has a little something extra for the show, but
Yeah, he's got the
Right.
gold patterns on the collars that he
the
doesn't have in
writing,
the show.
stitching, or
Right,
whatever. But
right.
that's
Yeah,
right.
but
On
it's-
redemption, baby.
Same character.
No, I thought it was
same
pretty
name.
cool, though. I thought it
Well,
was pretty cool, though.
I didn't realize this until later on.
Misa,
I guess
protect
most
you.
of us did, but Ahmed Best actually, at one point, he had received so much hate, and this is pre-social media,
Yeah,
that he considered suicide.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
he did. Yeah.
He was so
I
depressed.
heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I mean,
You know what?
this is even better.
You know
Like,
what's
Well,
funny?
and-
When I saw when I saw episode 1, I didn't think anything of it because I enjoyed it. You know, I think I was like 17 at the time.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say,
and
you
I
just
enjoyed it
did.
just as much as you know.
Well-
and I didn't hate the guy.
I love
didn't
Jar
even know he
Jar.
went through that until like a few years back. You know,
Well, and I'm going to go ahead and
There's only a
throw
couple
this out
years
there. Is that
back that I heard about.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to throw this out there. That's what the problem is, at least by even today's standard with like social media, is that you don't know what, all this hate that you throw at somebody. I mean, they're just doing their job. I mean, that's what they were hired to do. It is a job. And you're going to go ahead and talk so much smack to them that they're going to send them into depression and possibly kill themselves. How dare you go ahead and do that to somebody?
That's right. You reserved those letters for the directors and the producers.
That's right.
Well, yeah, because they're if you will, they're the foremans, if you will.
They're Mormons? What?
Foreman, well, if you will, the foreman, if you will, or the
Like,
Yes,
you know what I mean.
They're Mormon.
They're the
They're all-
boss. Yeah, they're more Mormon. They all
Well,
come from Utah.
exactly. I mean, obviously we don't want hate and suicidal thoughts to go to anybody, but it's like if you're going to ridicule somebody, I mean, the same way that everybody went, towards George Lucas for a lot of, the dialogue and like Attack of the Clones and stuff like that. That was his decision.
Well, it's different on being critical and actually throwing hate towards somebody.
Right.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, and apparently it was that bad for him.
Yeah.
So, anyway, to see somebody be redeemed in real life, an actor,
Right.
you know, and
and
killed
everybody
it, man.
loved him. And everybody just fall in love with him right there then too.
He did such a killer job of being, you
Mhm.
know, wielding both those blades and you know,
I would say the choreography that he
everything
did was great. Yeah.
fantastic, man. Yeah, so that was really great.
Dan has a question.
Yes, Dan.
Who wants to go back and see George Lucas make Jar Jar Binks the Sith Lord he was supposed to be? Who wants to go back? I want to go back. I want to see him do
I honestly wouldn't
Jar Jar
mind.
the way he wanted to.
Nah.
There's also speculation that the guard that was there when Kelleran showed up with Grogu, you know, that had the ship there for him, and the Naboo yacht
Yeah,
or
the
whatever. it
Naboo
is.
crew. Yep. Cruiser.
Yeah.
That was just pretty cool.
That was the same guard that watched over Padme as the senator, and if you know, at this time that would be Jar Jar is the senator.
Mm.
So
Correct.
There's speculation that
Oh, okay.
Jar Jar actually sent his guard to protect
Set up the escape.
Kelleran, and so that he could escape with, which
Okay.
I love. I mean, just that's fantastic.
It's nice how they tie it together like that, though, just subtly.
One
Very
other
subtle.
interesting fact about that whole character is Ahmed Best also had a cameo in one of the prequel movies showed his
Yeah.
face,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, he did.
And
Yeah.
that character's last name was also Beck.
Beck, yes. I
Oh,
have
was
the
it really?
figure. I should have dug it out. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Come on,
So-
Dennis. You're not new here.
I know. I wasn't
So when
Get
thinking.
ready.
When
I was
Ahmed
wondering.
wanted to be or was asked to be the host of that show, he requested, "I want to be a Jedi and I want to be Kelleran Beck."
Right.
And so he's created his own canon. Like, yeah, I'm related
cool.
to that dude back in the day. See, we look alike,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, wow, everything
That's
about
pretty cool.
that is fantastic.
Well, I mean, Disney is known for making its own canon, so. But it is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, they kind of
No, but it
let
is
him
really
go ahead
cool
and do
that they
it.
would take an actor's thoughts, an actor's wishes, and try to make a cool story out of it.
Yeah.
I think
Work
that's-
Don't give
working into
Disney
the
that
story.
much credit.
No, that's Dave Filoni and John
Yes,
Favreau.
sir.
That
Yes, sir.
Oh, everything
Don't
about
give.
this is all them. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Because I heard
And-
this show is doing really badly,
Well,
I don't really think that it is.
and
I
I've
think
heard
that
that the
they're trying to go
pacing
ahead.
is very slow.
I can't. I don't think it
comparative
is.
to compared to
Andor?
season 1
Oh.
and 2. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It's a
but
different-
But they're maybe
But-
building a different kind
but
of
it's-
storyline.
It's a different show
Exactly.
from season 1 and 2. It's not the same show from season 1 and 2.
well, that and they're building to something
Right,
else.
but it's
Right.
still-
You gotta have all
I
that other
gotcha.
stuff since they're fleshing out all of the Mandalorian history and the mythology behind it.
Right, it takes
You
a
have
while
to-
to build a good story.
You have to develop it, but the pacing that they're doing of it is actually really well.
Well, that's refreshing to hear because I'm going to assume The Mandalorian is like a lot of the other Disney Plus shows where they're only going to have, maybe 7, 8, 9
Eight.
I think it was
episodes. Yeah,
8.
something like that. So it's nice that they're going to, from what it sounds like, then that they're going to take their time with storytelling, because it seems like a lot of times, for me personally, and a lot of TV shows, like that's just not enough it's not enough episodes to really build up into a good hype. I mean, I think Mandalorian season 1 and 2 did a good job with that, but for me, I find that to be quite rare. And so it's nice to see that they're here about the fact that they're continuing with that, because although I will say I do miss the era of 22 episodes. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think John Favreau came out and said that he has plans to go ahead and cap it off at season 5.
Okay.
I
they're
think.
already filming season 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
I think we're getting season 4 super early, like right away.
You think?
Really?
Within-
Do you think
back-
towards like the end of the year?
Within 6 to 7 months of this one ending, I think you'll have season 4.
Oh,
So you think by around like November or something?
Yeah, I think they're shooting for like maybe a December, back to the December schedule.
why do you think that is?
Okay.
Because I think they lost
There
a
was a
lot of
lull.
time with COVID and a lot of delays, and they're trying to
Okay.
keep their fan base running straight.
I was gonna
through.
say there was a bit of a lull going on.
Yeah, there was absolutely no plan for Mandalorian and Bad Batch to be running side by side for as long as it is. I think 5 weeks. I believe they're running side by side.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Four?
strange that they're
4 or 5 weeks. Was never in the cards, but they had to get that Mandalorian show out.
Dennis, I have a request.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to London to Star Wars Celebration. So
Yes.
jealous. If
Aren't we all?
we know that they're going to do some big announcements, right?
Yes.
So if there's anything, especially on Ahsoka,
Yes.
that you film it with your
Pull out
phone
your
and then
phone.
you text it to me.
So Ahsoka is my all-time most favorite character, so
Mine
I will
too.
not be missing any of that.
So make sure you film it and send it to me. Okay.
I will do that.
She's my all-time favorite Jedi.
I will do
Well,
that.
or non-Jedi, if you will.
You
Yeah,
can
she
wait
is-
till after you get home. I mean, I can. Well, I don't know if I can wait.
Ado, you're awful quiet.
I like Qui-Gon Jinn.
Ado's filing his taxes.
I'm listening.
He's soaking it in.
Such
Nice.
a good list.
I can tell you right now, though, Tony, those things are so hard to get in. Like last year, we couldn't get into any of them.
Really?
Hey, I'm
They're
still
all-
waiting for Dennis to send me a lightsaber.
They're all by lottery. I got one in the works.
Ron.
Nice.
He made me look bad now. Thank you, Tony. Dennis.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks, buddy.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, those are hard to get into. Last year, we couldn't get into any of them. This year, they're doing it by lottery.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so many people and so limited seats to all that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
All
right.
What all happens at a Star Wars celebration?
It's basically like a giant Comic-Con,
Yeah.
but it's like hardcore, very Star Wars related. Like you won't find too much of anything else.
Yeah.
But like everybody's there. Like all the actors are there. They're all walking around. They're like last
Meet and
year. In,
greets.
last year in
panels.
Anaheim, they had the amazing Mandalorian display. It was its own room, and like Favreau and Filoni brought their personal collection down. So they had a full size N1 in the room. They had, all the costumes. They had everything. I mean, I went through it 3 times.
Nice.
I think Ron was with me all 3 times. Ron and I went through it 3 times.
Kids in a candy shop.
Oh, we waited in line for hours to get into that thing.
I bet. Wow.
Each
What's your favorite thing?
Nice.
What's the best thing? If somebody was planning on going to Star Wars Celebration, what's the thing they got to do?
You got to do the walkthroughs, like the museum stuff. That's my thing. But right? That's what we do.
Yeah.
You get to go see all this stuff, but like the legit real thing that they built for the show.
Yeah.
We went through it, like I said, 3 times. Cameron was going to miss his flight because we were in line for the 3rd time. Yeah, but the exhibits are just amazing. It's got a little bit for every aspect of a Star Wars guy, right? It's got stuff for the toy collector. It's got stuff for the sticker collector. There's a
Comic book.
Comic books, art, books.
Massive groups of people who go there just to trade buttons with each other.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. It's
So,
crazy.
so Dennis, since we have you here, has anybody else ever met Ron in person? No. Okay, Dennis, bring it in.
I'm in.
What's
He's on the line.
Really like?
What's he really like?
What's he really like?
Super cool. Super cool guy.
All right, just between us and the rest of the internet, what's Ron really like?
Super cool guy. Honestly,
He seems like it.
It's so funny.
Super cool guy.
Yeah,
outgoing.
funny.
Will do anything for you. No questions asked.
No.
I
And
love
funny.
his humor.
Super
I love
funny.
his humor. Like it's so dry, but
Yeah.
That's some of the best
constant.
kind. Yeah.
I mean,
Like there's nobody laughing, but it's funny as hell, man.
right?
No, they're like,
Nobody
was I
laughs.
supposed
That's
to
funny.
laugh at that or not? But I'm like cracking up every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, super funny.
Awesome.
He is a little mad though that he's shorter than all of us though.
Ah.
That kind of upsets him.
Oh,
How tall is Ron?
I don't know, 5'8" maybe.
Okay.
So he's positively average.
positively.
Yes.
Hey, that's fantastic.
So I'm 6 foot. James is like 6'4".
Oh wow.
Oh darn! Yeah, he is tall. He
Yeah.
is tall.
The
Yeah, I'm
tallest guy.
6'1".
He's the tallest guy in London.
That's awesome.
6'4".
Hey,
So,
Tony.
so is he the guy that has to go ahead and set Big Ben?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Tony, how tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Ado, how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2".
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
Pirate height.
There you go. All
Pirate
right.
height.
all
He
right,
says
so
it's
are we
called
on to,
vertically challenged.
See?
Is that the PC way of
Josh,
saying
how tall are
that?
you?
Yeah, but
6'1".
as I'm getting older, I'm getting shorter, I think. Honestly.
Same.
That's what I've
Same.
heard. I've heard that happens. Yeah.
It's true.
I'm shrinking.
Josh, how tall are you?
6'1".
Oh,
Dan, your turn.
4'11".
And a half.
He's a darn
and a
hobbit.
half. What happened there? No, 5'10".
Houdini.
All right.
Ado, you want to know how true that is? I started that costume a year and a half ago, right?
Right.
I had to shorten the pants
Oh,
Yeah,
because
man,
I'm
I'm telling you.
shrinking.
Yeah.
It
That's
did.
just us getting closer to the grave. That's all it is.
That's it. Heading down.
Dan's like,
being
forget it.
drugged.
Dan's already halfway there.
No. China.
Wow. Well, then I've got 1 foot in the grave, another on a banana peel. I'm 5'6", but I think that's just because it's for
You're
women.
taller than Dan? Good grief. Dan, I'm gonna take Dan with me to a Comic-Con and do like a little backpack. And
You're the Yoda.
I'll get in the backpack.
Yeah. That'll be awesome. It's my little droid.
I think you broke him.
I
Right?
broke my droid.
Broke
I
the
think you'll see
host.
that. And Dan's just over there smiling.
You never seen that the movie with Ace Ventura where he turns around, that big guy comes out to fight Ace Ventura, he turns around, he's got a little backpack and he opens up and a little midget guy comes out. That's Dan.
It's been so long. Oh my gosh. Well,
I love you, Dan.
I love you too.
well.
So should we move on to the Bad Batch now?
I was like, we went from Flag
Yeah,
Football to Mandalorian to height. Now let's talk about the Bad Batch.
Let's do it.
Hey,
Covered all the
Tabitha, why don't you
important
do a commercial real quick? I gotta go use the bathroom.
The facilities. He has to use the facilities. And
You guys are making me what?
You got a little
True,
step
true.
tool? He's got a little step tool.
Hey,
Those little baby urinals.
Little baby urinals. Well,
wow.
Wash your hands.
right. We'll
You can't. Got a little hand sanitizer. That's all you can do.
He's not tall enough to push the pump down.
No. He grabs a towel and he swings. You guys are picturing all of it. I love it.
I am.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
I am. And all the time, I just see Dan smile.
The whole time. Yeah.
I got a vivid imagination. So.
He wanted me to do a commercial, and I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty familiar. But in case there's some new faces out there in the chat, we go live every Tuesday and Sunday, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. I did that backwards on purpose to see if you're paying attention. But we go live. We talk about movies. We talk about all kinds of franchises here. And lately on Sunday evenings, Dan has been combining his efforts with Tim, not the Toolman Taylor, but Tim Possible on Tim Talks. And they have been reviewing The Mandalorian every Sunday, and they're going to be continuing to do that again this coming Sunday if I'm not mistaken. And then every now and then we do trailer reactions, and we're starting to do out of the theater reactions. So if you're new here, you want to be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you see, and then also what you hear from our different panelists that join us typically every last Tuesday of the month, where we just talk about all things geek, typically Star Wars. We sprinkle midget urinals in there too from time to time. You know, you just never know what you're going to get on the
That's
inside.
what midgets do.
You know, midget got a midget. So But if you're interested in ways of supporting the channel, you can look for everything down in the description box below. Links to our website as well as to our Patreon, where you can support us for as little as $1 a month. But also be sure to check out the description box below, because all of our awesome guests tonight, their channels are featured down there as well. Since Dan, well, never mind, he's here.
Did you wash your hands?
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just going to say, you can always, visit our guests and check out their channels, where they do a lot of the Star Wars room building, and they have amazing, amazing things. So talented, so gifted, these people. Exactly. As Tony does a fantastic Vanna White impersonation right there. Joshua hand built that background. Sure. No, but he does some really amazing things. Josh was really gifted in woodworking and things like that. And so, yeah, check out everything they do. Dennis does great stuff. Whitey, if he were here, I'd give him a shout out, but he's not, so don't look for him.
Dennis makes the best lightsabers.
Dennis makes the best lightsabers. Hands
Look at
down.
his background too.
He also makes the best gaffy sticks.
Oh, that's still in the works. I only got like a couple of days to get that done.
Are you going to be able to take that on a plane?
Look at that beautiful
I think it
helmet in
breaks
the
down, doesn't
backyard.
Throw it in the suitcase. You know,
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but can you see the scrolling part on the helmet?
Yeah.
Right about there.
Oh no, I can't. I
That
can see
actually,
the
No, I
flag.
can't
that
see it
actually
too good right now.
scrolls Dreaming Tabitha in Arabish.
Really?
Yes.
That's so cool. I did not know that.
Here. Oh, actually, you know what? The battery died. That's why you can't see it.
Oh,
Oh, well, there, that explains it.
oops.
Oops.
That is so cool. Well,
But
Mhm.
your gaffy stick breaks down into 3 parts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Getting serious. Got to take those out.
Yeah, you painted that helmet, right, Tabitha?
I did. I miss working on projects like that. Whitey sent me a flamethrower, and so I'm going to be painting and customizing that here soon. I'm going to be painting it in Super Mario theme.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
As long as he
Super
doesn't
Mario-
send you a fire extinguisher, you're okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, that thing's messed up. But yeah, that's cool, man.
Look at
that.
that.
Is gorgeous.
Elephant skin.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I have a buddy
How much
of
that?
mine. I have a buddy of mine in Florida who has an upholstery shop for airline for jets.
There's elephants in Florida?
No, but he sent me the scraps.
That's so cool. What does
That
that
is cool, though.
What does that feel like? What does elephant leather feel like?
It feels very rubbery. It's got a weird feel to it, almost like wetsuit material.
Interesting.
Really?
He's like hugging Dave.
Yeah. Like hugging Dave.
Look at
That's
that.
wicked, man.
That is cool, man.
Very,
That
very
is-
cool.
What did you use to create the rest of it?
It's all wood.
All wood. What kind of wood?
Pine.
Oh.
Now, how'd you get the bend in the top portion right there?
That started out as a 2x4.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you just shaped it to it. Okay.
I bandsawed it to a square shape, and then I just whittled it down.
I got you. Okay, that's cool, man.
And then this is like one of those couch buns, like you could replace on your foot of your couch.
Oh, okay.
Ah, nice.
Clever.
I just thinned it out. I basically chopped it in half and then just rounded back the top, and I did all that
Right.
grooving with
Wow, man.
with a Dremel.
It's cool. Very cool.
That is cool.
Gifted people, all of them. Even Dan.
It's like an earbud for an elephant.
The
pretty
toothbrush
cool.
for a
You-
bantha.
We gotta look
Yeah,
at Tony's
a toothpick.
The
background now.
toothbrush for a bantha.
There it is.
Yeah, Tony's has got an epic room, man.
Hanging out with.
I'm gonna need Tony's help soon because I got to do one of those carbonite
Solo.
deals.
That's right. There you go. Carbonite solo back there.
Oh, I got ideas for doing carbonite stuff.
Jawa. So right there where the Tuscan Raider is standing now, I'm gonna do a Jawa on carbonite with a shelf underneath to hide the
Oh
the
my.
sump pump is in the
Nice.
corner right there.
Love it. Love it. Yeah.
That'd
So I
be
want to do
cool.
a Jawa
That'd
on
be
the top, and then I want to do a cabinet on the bottom. I can open up and still get to the sump pump.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
Clever way to hide it.
Yeah. Mine's
Um,
mine's in the corner. Like I'm gonna have to request a skinny plumber if I ever have any issues.
Well,
They're
And I
hard to find.
I don't want anybody to feel left out. Ado, tell us about your wall.
It's orange.
Cool. So,
No, the good thing is, I eventually I want to do it back. I want to do it down the shop. Guess where I have everything? I have all my helmets. I got everything mounted up on the wall. I got everything downstairs. I just don't do any of my shows downstairs because I haven't set up the desk that way to do that. But eventually, I do want to do that so everybody can see
he's gonna
everything that
blow
I got
us
going
all
on in the shop.
away. It's going to be like,
That's it.
You need to, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to get in there and just rearrange it all so that way I can film from there or do live shows from there instead of up here.
Yeah, I'll eventually do that in my garage.
That's the goal. If I haven't moved to Italy by then, we'll see.
Ah, that's the dream, huh?
That's the dream.
Move to Italy.
Sweet.
Yep.
You know what else, Ado?
What's up, bud?
Ah,
Back scratcher. Back scratcher. Back scratcher.
like that one night where everybody brought out a back scratcher and it's like, was that planned or you guys just keep that nearby all the time?
No, we keep it nearby.
Yes.
For flag football, I understand.
Yeah. This is how we reach out and we pull your flag.
That little extra reach there, yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're probably a germaphobe, right?
Germaphobe,
Can't-
right.
No.
Well, yeah, because Dan doesn't wash his hands because he can't reach the soap.
But Dan has one of this. That's why Dan carries this on a utility belt, for the droid. He comes out and he grabs the soap and he moves it off. He gets the towel. That's what he does.
That's also how he flushes too. He has to
Yeah, this is a multi-tool for him, man. This is good. That's how he eats because his little arms. He's got little T-Rex arms, So he's got all the food. That's awesome.
Not reach anything.
He's gonna hate me. Don't hate me, Dan. I love you, bro.
No, I don't hate you.
Like my buddy Dave says, right? It's for the children. It's for Dan.
Oh my goodness.
I got a little Care Bear. You want to, hug him. You gotta make a T-shirt with that now. Dan the
Wait,
Care Bear.
what are we
That'll
looking
be
at?
so. Oh, it's
Your name.
Oh, it's my name.
Yes.
That is
Nice.
so cool. Look at that. It's beautiful.
I'm
She
glad it's
can't read
going
it.
slow.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it takes a while to say my name out loud.
Say it out loud. In Arabic.
Too many syllables. But yes, well. Here we are.
And for today's sponsor is lemon pepper seasoning.
Lemon.
Oh,
Nice.
is that what you're drinking these days?
No, this is what I was trolling down there. You're asking me if I'm doing my whatever it is you said I was doing. No, I was just twirling this around, listening to you guys. That's
Wow. Well, I'm glad we can keep you
Enthralling.
entertained, Ado. And he's over there just
Oh,
shaking.
I don't.
his
I don't have the
puppies.
toys that my colleagues down there have. I got an orange wall and seasoning. That's all I got up here.
Might be time to talk to the wife and just let go of the purse strings for a little bit. Let Ado have like a fidget spinner or something.
Hey, well, wait a minute. I got you. I think I got one.
I got a fidget spinner.
Be like, Mrs. Ado, can I have a prop in here, some sort?
Yeah, right. It's somewhere around. I got a fidget spin. I'm telling you.
So did
Unreal.
you already did the commercials?
I did.
We did. We did.
And did we
Talk about you behind your back. Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet,
No.
sweet. I like it.
Done deal.
What about Bad Batch? Did we do anything on that?
Nothing
Nope.
there.
Nothing
I haven't
yet?
gotten to it yet.
All right. Has anybody been watching the Bad Batch?
No.
Not yet.
Yes.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it's on my list
Okay,
too.
so it's just me, Dennis, and Tony's watched it. That's it. All right.
Yep.
Well, what'd you guys think? We can do it.
Okay,
quick. What'd
fill
you
us
think?
in.
What-
Yeah,
so
fill
what
us
can-
in.
What can I say about Bad Batch? The first 6 or 7 episodes is the A-Team in outer space. Boring, horrible.
Sweet.
So you miss.
Yeah. I mean,
Fire a bunch of
it's-
rounds and miss everything.
It's just a bunch of one-off little missions, no different than what the A-Team were doing, right? Going from town to
But
town.
the missions fail, which is even worse.
Right, which is
Really?
even worse. Yeah, for some reason they all failed this season.
Yeah.
Which you really don't, like Tony's saying, you really don't catch on to that until maybe the second or third one. You're like, wait a minute, the same thing happened in the last one. They weren't successful at anything.
I thought they're supposed to be the best.
It didn't get good until they went with the crosshair story, correct?
So which episode would that be?
Like
number
wise, I
wise?
think it's like 13.
Oh, geez.
That far into it?
I believe
they had
so.
one earlier on. Maybe in 5 or 6.
Yeah,
They did, right? Where they but like where they actually the episode where he started recovering, and they sent him on the mission to that ice planet. That was the big turnaround.
Yep.
Right.
Mm.
So the second half of the season is building the story.
Okay.
The second half of the
is just
season
him
is what
kind of meandering, like
it's what
Dennis said.
Yeah, it's what the whole thing should have been. They would have had a killer season if they would have just played the whole thing out the way they are right now.
Of course, they had to give time for Omega to mature and to learn a lot of those skills. She's learning how to fly a ship. She's learning, some of that other stuff. So,
well, I mean, that's stuff you didn't really have to see.
Well, that's true.
Explained it or
True.
something.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Yeah,
Where do you think?
12?
Yeah,
Episode
first
12 was
one
the
with
turnaround.
Wow.
Episode 12
Okay.
was the big turnaround with the snow planet.
Okay.
I think we did have a crosshair before that,
Yeah.
Yes.
which was episode 2.
Was it episode 2?
So
Episode 2,
So-
where the other
Ah,
clones,
that's right.
clones started to realize, like, oh man, this is probably not. We probably went the wrong way on this one.
Yeah.
So I know
Chose
that
the
Dennis
wrong side.
explained who Omega was to us last time that we were on, or at least last time I was on. What do you think is supposed to be the end game then, with centering on Omega?
So I don't think that we're gonna get to anything in the Bad Batch because I feel like she's still
Right.
too
No, I
young.
get that, but what do you think they're building towards?
At some point, I got to imagine as an adult or a younger teen or older teen, I should say, they're gonna have to spin her into the Boba Fett story somehow. She'll show up on one of these live action shows.
You know what somebody else speculated? The woman who framed Dr. Pershing
Right?
Her?
could be Omega. If you
Could
look
be.
at her, that actress would work very well as a
Yeah.
grown-up Omega.
Yeah, I mean it's not out of the question.
My
Okay, I was just curious.
speculation says all the clones are gonna be dying anyway because we don't have any more clones after a certain.
Not true. Not
Really?
I
true.
say Rex is still alive.
You've got clones all the way through.
Rex.
You've got clones all the way up to weeks before New Hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was one clone that was in Kenobi.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got clones all the way
You know,
up.
the hobo
They're
clone.
still gonna die by the time New Hope, right?
Well, yeah, but that's
They're
of
still
old
gonna
age.
Die until New Hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say old age at that
Yeah,
point.
they're all
Yeah,
deep
I mean,
emissions.
they were just
I don't
they
like
were
big
yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
And they age faster because they're clones.
Right.
So
right.
Except Omega doesn't. She doesn't.
And
she doesn't get the age.
Actually, I'm wrong
She's
about
on
that
that.
because if I'm not mistaken, they actually went ahead and did make the bearded guy in Return of the Jedi. They
Mhm.
are
Yeah, it's
saying
Rex.
he is Rex.
Yeah, they
So
say
you
he's
have
Rex
a clone all through Return of the Jedi.
all the way to return. Yep.
I'll have to
Okay.
rewatch that then.
part of
The
Han
bearded guy.
Solo's team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're saying
Part
Yeah,
Han
you see him
Solo's
you see him in
bunker
the background.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a clear as day shot.
It is. It's just that one of those things that's like he was
Throughout-
there
Throughout
and
all
nobody
of
thought anything
Rebels-
about it.
Yeah, throughout all of Rebels, you have 4 clones alive.
Mhm. Yeah.
nice. That's
So-
cool. Well,
Plus,
how did you guys like?
Actually, wait a minute.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now you got me.
Go
The
ahead.
wheels are spinning.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Technically, you have a clone all the way up until this day right now, because Boba Fett is #1 clone.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He is a clone. Yeah.
So
That's true. He is.
you technically have the clone all the way through everything that's happening.
Hold that
right
thought.
now.
I'll be right back. Let's see if I can.
Meanwhile,
we're just gonna-
I'm just
We're just gonna sit in silence till he gets back.
well, I'm shaking my pencil shaving since I don't have lemon pepper spices. Shaking these. So.
All right, so one last question. I know Tony didn't get to say too much about the Bad Batch yet, but did you guys enjoy the vacation scene episode where they're over there on vacation, relaxing from I don't know.
I did, because it actually works out to be a great hideout.
Yeah.
It
Pabu.
does. Yeah.
We're talking about.
Yeah,
Yep.
I liked it too.
Okay.
yeah.
Did you?
I mean, Hunter's been wanting to retire for
Oh,
I don't know
since
since last season.
yes, since last season. You're right.
He's done with the whole running. He's tired of I mean, obviously they've cut ties with Sid, which is going to come back and bite him, I imagine, as well.
Yeah, this Wednesday, I think they're doing the 2-episode finale, aren't they?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Definitely did not see Wanda Sykes turning into that character, though. I really wasn't. I wasn't.
That's so true.
I thought
I was-
character was kind of like off the wall, didn't really fit. And then when they ended up going to that planet, and I figured out what her real main job was, totally different character than I expected her to be.
Who are you talking about?
I can't think of her name right now. The
Wanda
pirate
Sykes,
lady that they
black-
end up going to the
black
planet
lady
with.
with the
Oh, yeah.
Wanda Sykes is the actual actress. I can't
got
think
you.
of the
Oh yeah, her. I was trying to
character's
remember.
name now.
Yeah.
But
It's
like in the
definitely her
beginning,
voice for sure.
oh yeah, no doubt.
Interesting choice. I never would have thought of putting her into Star Wars.
No.
Yeah, me either. Cool.
Cool.
Well, did you want to say anything, Tony, before we just?
No,
close this up?
I just hope. I mean, like you said, the finale, the 2-episode finale is tomorrow, so it's pretty much
Yeah.
at the end.
it's gonna be done.
I enjoyed the storylines with Crosshair. They were much darker. They were much more
Mhm.
gritty. You know, more like a cartoon version of Andor in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah, and the story actually fit the Clone War aspect, right?
Right.
All that running around and A-Team stuff was just driving me nuts, man. Like, this is going nowhere. It's going
But
nowhere.
and then they end up in this random giant droid or robot thing that does destroyer thing.
Yeah.
There's no explanation of what the hell that thing is or
Nothing.
where it came from. It's like
No.
random, you know, and
Yeah.
then I'm just trying to figure out. Well,
Even some of the heists they were trying to pull off were just so random and like, what?
Yeah.
You don't even need that. Why are we going there?
yeah,
What do you need? It was just so random.
there was some character
was.
development in it. Again, not
There
just
was.
Omega.
I think that's where they were going. They were more or less trying to get the Omega character developed in those first, 6 or 8 episodes. Because in every episode, it was very geared toward her lessons, towards their theory of how she should grow up and all that stuff. I mean, they were teaching her how to memorize manuals, and she could rattle off anything you could think of about any ship they would throw at her at some point, by the 3rd or 4th episode.
Yeah,
And then she bails them out with that escape pod thing that nobody could figure out.
yep. She knew all the ins and outs of it.
Right. They blasted
Saved
out
their
in a
lives.
cargo container.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
That's
you're
right.
right, Tony. I think those first, handful of episodes, I mean, more than a handful, it was probably 8 episodes before anything started happening.
Yeah.
We're all just developing this character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? What if Crosshair is like the first of all the Death Troopers?
So
I've heard that.
I'm getting the gist that they're downloading everything he's got as far as memory and technique and all that stuff. And I see them almost cloning the clone, right? He may not be the Death Trooper, but his MO is going to be inside the Death Troopers.
Right. That
One way or
makes
the
sense.
other.
right? They're using his knowledge and his skill to build the Death Troopers.
But even his armor,
Yeah.
towards the end here, looks a lot like a Death Troopers.
Right? Yes, definitely.
You know. So
But I think the ultimate phase is like, you know, they're gonna try to phase out all the clone troopers, right?
question.
So he's
Yeah.
Right. But do you want to see Crosshair redeemed and joining his brothers as they take off?
I don't think he's going to join his brothers because ultimately his path is death.
Yeah.
But I think there will be a small, hey, I did this, they got out, now I can die.
That's what I want to see. I want to
Some
see him
sort of
sacrifice himself to save Omega.
Exactly.
And his
Some
brothers.
sort of an assist on an escape or
because he's done some pretty terrible things.
yeah, you know, take a final shot to clear the pathway or whatever, and then done.
Yeah.
But I don't see him rejoining.
No.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't either. I just was curious of what you thought.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
What do you think, Dan?
No, that's good. I don't have any thoughts really. I was just thinking they're just gonna end the Bad Batch, and that would be it.
Well, they're gonna leave us hanging for something because they're gonna have another episode.
They probably will.
Too, so
yeah, they have another season for sure.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But
Pretty sweet.
they got to. They've got too much involved in Omega, and Omega's going to be a big, live action character.
Yes,
Gonna be-
and
And I
they're
think
still
sooner
trying
than
they're still trying to tie in the sequels
right.
with Mandalorian and the Bad Batch. So both of those
Mhm.
series are, you know, pulling in a lot of these little bits and pieces to kind of fill in the gaps so that
Right.
someday
I think
we'll
the
go,
tricky
okay, the
part.
sequels aren't half bad.
Yeah, I think the tricky part.
Someday.
The tricky part of Omega is that there's absolutely
50
no
years
mention of
from now.
Omega, right? For 50 years of Star Wars,
right,
there's
exactly.
nothing.
Right.
Mm.
So it's going to be a little
Exactly.
bit tricky that all of a sudden Boba Fett's sister shows up in, 2024.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
just it's going to not that it can't
exactly.
be done, but it's tricky. It's going to have to be a long-term development.
Mm-hmm.
So what on the timeline? Where is Bad Batch versus Mandalorian?
So
They start at Order 66. So that's
Bad Batch is Order 66 and Mandalorian is 9 to 12 years future.
Yeah.
after Order 66.
Yeah, because that's after Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Return of the Jedi, I believe, is exactly 9 years after Bad Batch, after the Order 66.
Okay.
So according to Favreau, who keeps saying that there was a 2-year jump, that would put it somewhere around the 12-year mark,
Mhm.
give or take, because obviously there's no exact dates for.
Yeah, it's
Any
getting a
of
little fuzzy for me. I'm trying to figure out when, if
It
an
is.
adult Omega could show up on the Mandalorian and it makes sense.
So
Hmm.
on Mandalorian, let's think about this.
Well, Boba
13.
Fett did. So if she's
Yeah, she would be right around 26-ish. Because she's around 12 or 13 now. Add 12 years to that.
Right.
I think your math's off a little bit because Boba Fett is like,
It's
What?
like 50.
Not what he looks like.
60 years
Yeah.
old. And
yeah, and I think
no.
I think Omega was created the same time Boba was.
Oh.
I think that's what they were going for.
No, she's
Yeah.
not
Not
created
sure.
same time Boba was.
No,
Oh, no?
Boba is
I
created
thought
first.
I thought they were going.
Then you have the clone
Right.
army, and then you have Omega as the last unaltered clone.
Right.
So she's
The
created
last
at the
one.
almost at the end of the war.
but she was created before the Bad Batch because she said,
Same.
"I was there when you were created."
Correct. But the
Mm.
Bad
Uh-huh.
Batch are aged, right? So those
Yeah.
guys are aging 10 times faster than she
Right.
is.
No, I'm with you.
But
And again, the timeline is fuzzy for me. I'm just curious.
she's created as the last unaltered clone towards the end of the war.
Right.
She has to
right.
be
No, that
altered in
makes
some way, right? Because she's
Because
female.
if you go
Yeah.
back and watch the Clone Wars, Boba's already 13, 14, 15 in season 3 and 4.
That's true. That's true. We lose Josh?
He's been put backstage.
I
He's been
just
put in timeout.
put it down. Yeah, because he's not back.
Put him
yet.
down.
So
Yeah.
Dan's mean like that. He puts people down.
Man. The
He went, to
Lord.
he went to the bathroom an hour ago. Poor guy. We need to pray for him.
Dan, I am the
At least he
Lord.
can reach the sink, right?
I'll put you down.
trying to think, the last time we see Boba Fett as a teenager is Clone Wars.
Hey, look who showed
right?
up.
He's around 14 or 15.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know how many years after that is Order
Right.
66.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look it up now. That's all there is to it. What's up, Dave? For the children.
Wow, that was a really great impersonation.
No, it was. That was pretty spot on.
I love it.
Really good.
That was good, Tony.
Oh my goodness.
Tony, you're going to be on our next show. I'm going to leave Dave behind. You're going to be the new Dave, and you're going to
Yeah.
impersonate him.
No,
Dave
Gotta be
2.0. I like it.
Dave 2.0. That'll be
Gotta-
so good.
2.0.
Yeah.
For
right,
the
Dave.
children.
You got it. Is this for the children?
That is awesome.
My brother.
Well, Whitey does have the habit of coming when the show's about to end, so
Yeah.
So,
or
last-
he's right on
He
time.
does.
You know?
so they're saying that Boba
Right
Fett
on
is
time.
41 in the book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
Okay. What's up, brother?
So go back 9 years would be New Hope or Order 66. So let's see.
Yeah, she'll be in her 20s.
Yeah, 26-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's 20 years younger than her big brother.
But that sets her up to be an awesome, like, female lead role, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
In another live action series or even in a movie. I mean,
A
that'd be
Boba
pretty
Fett
wicked.
costume, woman costume. She takes his armor
Mandalorian,
when
yeah.
he dies.
and repaint it
Pink.
Yeah.
purple, pink and yellow.
Yeah.
Um,
So 11 years plus 12, she'd be 23-ish.
Yeah. Perfect age.
there you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
And again,
age.
like
Perfect.
the
age.
Mandalorian and the Boba Fett
No,
series, they
my-
keep advancing them by multiple years.
Hang on. My daughters are that age. Okay, Dan. So
It's perfect. Perfect
Okay.
age.
perfect age for a lead female, like to really kick some butt, you know? She could.
And stay
So-
in the Star Wars franchise for 30 years.
That's right. Yeah. And come
Perfect
back
age.
and come back and ruin everything.
Hey, there's always that possibility. Hope springs eternal.
I don't know how much. That's
What do you
right.
all think the next
Maybe
movie's?
fix everything.
Do you think the next movie's ever going to happen? For
I
one,
hope-
and then if
I hope
ahead.
they like wait 10 years before they do any more Star Wars stuff. I'm like
I would
Star
like
Wars
it if they
fatigued.
wait.
I have
It's like
some.
Marvel.
I have some like yeah. Like I didn't like a lot of the stuff they've been coming out with lately. You know, I know you
And
guys
there's-
like it, so
There's heavy rumors
I've been having.
that they're going to
Problems.
remake the originals.
Would you feel the same way if there was a new Ghostbusters series every year?
Yes. I know I
Dan
would.
Tabitha would, but Dan wouldn't.
Dan
If they
would,
had
and
like
he's
a
already
cart-
thinking about it. He's already thinking about it.
If they had a cartoon that's different, but then if they come out with like a movie every year,
Ser-
I'd be like, okay, it's done. I
Yeah,
don't care about
it
anymore.
loses its substance. It waters down the stuff. There's nothing to. It's like it would be like having Christmas every day. It's
Yeah.
It's not quite as special
But in
anymore.
a universe where there's a billion stories,
That's what.
Well, the thing is, if they would give us 1 billion stories, then that might be fun. But since we're always centered around the same people or reinventing the same people, then it's just this.
That's why I'm asking. That's kind of where I was going. Like, if they are going to do a new movie, I want it to be in a completely different time zone.
Yeah, like Old Republic or something.
Whole new.
That's coming soon.
Characters, whole new story. High Republic era, absolutely. Something
you're gonna have
completely different.
Acolytes out shortly.
But I mean, like the way that Disney's doing Star Wars, I've lost all interest in Star Wars anyway. So it wouldn't matter if they came out with a new movie next year, this year, 2 years from now.
I have to go.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not I changed my mind, Dan. I'm not a coach.
What can I?
Oh no!
What name can I scroll on this name badge now? I got to change it to something else.
Definitely.
It's too late. That's part of it. It's just with them redoing the lore, changing the personalities and the characteristics of the original characters, and just basically trashing the original Star Wars. I'm like, sorry, I don't like that. So it's hard for me to disassociate.
How do you feel they've trashed the original Star Wars?
Because they're changing their personalities, their backstories. They already ruined the canon as it is anyway. And the original lore, they just said they're alternative universes now, or they're just all that kind of stuff.
Wait, are you talking book-wise or?
Yeah, well, there was the book-wise, and then the fact that they've decided to canonize that Luke Skywalker's homosexual, so is Obi-Wan Kenobi is now. And it's all about this agenda pushing inside of Star Wars. I mean, it's riddled with it.
Think about it. All the Jedis are gay, right? Yeah, I don't see a woman in there, and they can't have sex. They can't.
What are you talking about? There are so many female Jedi. What are you talking about?
You guys aren't watching enough Star Wars because you're wrong about all those cases.
No, they have canonized that Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi are bisexual and/or homosexual.
They have? In what way? Where did I miss that at? Because in the Clone Wars, you clearly have Obi-Wan's.
Disney has made that announcement that they have changed the sexuality of these characters, and they have changed Luke Skywalker to be either bi or homosexual, and the same thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they are pushing transgenderism throughout the Jedi lore as well. And there's just like and a lot of it may not have anything to do with the show, but they're trying to put that in there as well, is that they just recently had the drag queen story hour over at Galaxy's Edge with all of the children and things like that, and they're trying to push this into the Star Wars franchise. And as much as I like George Lucas's Star Wars, I really am not fond of Disney Star Wars anymore, because this is what they're doing. They are blatantly. There was apparently a book written not too long ago about Obi-Wan Kenobi and how he was having feelings for a certain man, and so that's what they took and they changed. Even though he was supposed to, if not mistaken, wasn't there another story where he had feelings for a lady, but he suppressed those feelings because of the Jedi way? But they have changed that since, so that he had feelings for a man, and the same thing with Luke Skywalker. It is now canonized.
That is news to me, and I thought I knew it all about Star Wars.
Yeah, this is the first time I hear that.
So where are you getting this information?
You can go on Disney's Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. All lies.
Well, but Disney's the one that's promoting these things. Disney's the one that's shouting it out and pushing it and all of this kind of stuff. And so it's like, it's the official Disney Twitter account. And they hate the fans. They will hate on the fans all of the time. All of the time. If you disagree with anything that Star Wars does, if you don't like certain things, they will come after you. They will spew lies about you.
Look at what Disney's been putting.
But is that actually? Wait a minute, because now
they don't like.
Is that actually Disney, or is that Disney fandom who would love to see it go that way?
Disney and Disney fandom.
The Disney part I find hard to believe. The Disney fandom I can buy into.
No, it's not hard to find the evidence that Disney is pushing all of this stuff and changing Star Wars to accommodate for minority.
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right? So I don't believe it, Tabitha. I'm sorry. I think you got the wrong information.
Agreed.
I just don't. I don't believe it. So
until it comes out on a show, right? And then you'll have to believe it if they have it in a show or a movie or something.
Sure.
Or you can buy lemon and pepper seasoning. Sprinkle a little bit on that one.
It'll burn. I don't know. Disney has a lot of agenda stuff that they're putting in all of their movies, so it's not a surprise that they would do it to Star Wars at all, because Star Wars has one of the largest fan bases in the world, and the one way that you can influence the masses is by doing a beloved franchise
Or
geared towards
lose the
children.
masses.
Mhm.
which
Well,
is
and that's
more
what they're starting to
likely.
do. That's what they're starting to
Most
do.
likely.
Go
Disney
woke,
has
you go
lost
broke, baby.
a lot of money. Disney has lost a lot of money
Yeah,
because
they
of
have
what they've
been
done to
losing
Star
money.
Wars.
Yeah, they've been losing
It's-
money.
You can look that up. It's not.
They've
just
been
my
firing
opinion.
people too. Disney has.
They've
been.
had to fire people. Budget cuts have been made throughout all of the TV shows. And
if they write a
again,
decent story, then we would have a problem.
if they would
Right,
write a good story,
exactly.
but this is what I'm saying is that they seem very confused and
Tony got
conflicted
it.
in a lot of what they're doing.
Disney is under mismanagement. That's why we no longer have Chapek in charge. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing to do with
of
agendas, nothing to do with anything like that. It's mismanagement of business and funds.
well, that
Hence
might be
why
the case.
this is
but-
why they're bringing Bob Iger back, who did nothing but make tons and tons and tons and tons of cash for Disney.
Oh, they brought him back already.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why.
But it's not
Chapek
going to
was
really
out
fix
the door.
anything. They've gotten too far deep that they can't change
I
anything.
don't think so. I mean,
They
I don't know.
could fix it.
I don't know.
Well, that's a bad batch right there.
Yeah, it is. a good catch.
All
So-
right. Well, that being said, let's say goodbye. Thanks
Adios, my
for
friends.
coming.
Yeah, hey, you like what you like. I just, just sharing thoughts. I think it's pretty fascinating how they can tie all that kind of stuff in together.
Whitey says, I didn't know I was watching the Debbie Downer show.
The Debbie Downer show. Well, you know what?
Right?
Can't help it if facts offend you. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean maybe they're not facts. Maybe I do read too much on the internet, but
That's
like
all I'm saying.
Abraham Lincoln said, if it's on the internet, it must be true. So.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, but I didn't mean that as an attack towards you at all.
No.
I'm just saying I don't believe it.
No, but it is there. You can find the book from
I'm
movie
sure-
one where he is
Well,
homosexual
anybody can write a
now.
book. I still love Star Wars, damn it. You can't
I
take
love
that
Star
away
Wars
from me.
too, but I like to clarify.
No,
I
no,
love
no.
George Lucas's Star Wars.
I don't like those kind of lightsabers.
Better.
We like Genesis.
I think
I
our
don't like
Schwartz
those
is
kinds of dark
twisted.
sabers.
Whoa! You're so dark.
You're so dark. What's that?
Oh my.
No.
Whitey. Where's Whitey when we need him? For the children.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter. That's right. They wrote a book about it. It's true. It's true.
Y'all too much.
So, well, been a bunch of kicks and giggles. I haven't had much input to share since I haven't kept up with all of this stuff, but always a pleasure to have you gentlemen on
It's
the
okay.
show. And the maker too, when he is here with us. I guess he's with us in spirit this evening. For the rest.
Yeah, he hasn't come back. He
But,
said he wants, but he hasn't.
You guys have anything interesting
It's-
coming up on your channels? Ada, we're starting with you.
Yeah.
I got a lot of things coming up on the channel. But
Oh, that's cool. Tony, what about you? No, I'm just kidding.
That's it.
All right, Tony, what
Oh.
about you?
Yeah, I'm finishing up part 3 of my terrarium build above my bookshelves up here. So that's going to be really cool. I'm building out the panels and all of that now. So it's going to be really wicked cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about
'Cause
you,
I can't-
Dennis?
It's
Oh,
not
sorry.
lit up yet. It's not lit up on the top of the bookshelf. I don't have it
I
all.
actually left the. I pressed the wrong button.
I was like, he is solid gone. I looked, he wasn't even in the green screen room. I'm like, well,
Were you
he has the
trying to-
link. He can always come back if he wants to.
Were you
I'm
trying
trying
to eject Tabitha instead of yourself?
No, I don't have those functions here on
He
this
doesn't
show.
have
So
the-
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Oh,
do
she
think
says the authority. You saw that?
Dan hasn't
Yeah.
given it to me.
She says he doesn't have
Authority.
the authority.
Dan the law has to give you the authority.
That's it. He's coming out of the backpack.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Dan's like that trunk monkey. Then you beep, 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 and he comes out of the trunk and he just beats you.
That's it.
That's it.
And then I
Dan's
go back.
my trunk monkey.
God.
What
Then I
about
go
you,
back.
Dennis? You got going on your channel?
Probably the next thing you'll see is a live feed from London.
Wow, that's gonna be
Nice.
so great.
Nice.
Sweet.
The almost
Sweet.
Star
Live
Wars
feed,
show,
I
right,
like it.
Dennis?
I believe it will be the Almost Star Wars show, and then we're gonna do cameos across the 4 shows.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
That'd be wonderful.
You have
Very
a safe and
cool.
blessed trip over the pond for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So when
Dan,
you
what
leave
about you? What about on your channel? What do you have coming up?
Who? Me? Inside the booth, baby.
At least he
Inside
gives you an
the-
opportunity to talk, Dan.
Yeah, well,
Hey, if
woo.
you guys saw our Wakanda Forever review, you
No.
understand that I take the chances to speak when I can. Dan wouldn't let me talk. He
Oh,
was
I was
upset.
living. That
I tried to
movie,
say
tell you,
something. I could
I'm
not
not
say
gonna say.
anything. I'm just gonna sit. over
Watch the
here.
review, everybody. That review is wonderful. You'll laugh your butt off, and I ranted a lot.
Dan, you took control. Is that what it was?
He did.
Yeah, I did.
He did. You just wait for the
open
water
the
bowl scene.
gates.
Is all I can say.
Yeah,
Exactly.
open
Don't
the
spoil it, Dan.
gates.
Don't spoil it. But the water bowl
I won't.
scene was much to my chagrin. But well, thank you all for hanging out.
Yeah,
You can
that's
catch
it,
us again
everybody.
on
Thank
Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking more Star Wars.
Ooh.
Ooh, and that's a wrap.